afternoon, beautiful people of the internet. It's back again with me, Standard Sandy, doing standard things. Hope you guys are doing well. We're back for another stand-up video with the same clothes on because I filmed 2 videos in one day. Today's video is going to be about things that I miss most about Australia. After living in Hong Kong for 3 months, I can definitely say there is a lot of things I miss about Australia. There's great things about Hong Kong, but there's things about Australia that are just the best. And I have to say, like, Australia is a pretty great place to live. I've traveled a lot of places, particularly in the last 4 or 5 months. Without further ado, if you like this video, make sure you leave a big thumbs up. Don't leave a comment below if you want to see any other type of videos from me, and hit the subscribe button to catch up with more Hong Kong, Australia, Southeast Asia flavored videos. And let's get into it. I wrote myself like a little list of things because prior planning prevents poor performance. The 5 P's from Mr. Jackman, Year 4 math class. The first thing that I miss relates to food. I miss cheap everything, okay? I miss cheap meat, cheap dairy, cheap chocolate, cheap lollies, cheap mushrooms, cheap capsicum. I think I spent like $3 Australian on an orange the other day. How can one orange, which in Australia you can buy the whole kilogram? Obviously there's no cows in Hong Kong and everything has to get imported from China, but like Shenzhen is just like right over that border. It's not that far to go. Like if I was gonna buy beef in Hong Kong, it probably cost me like 50 Hong Kong dollars for a really small piece, whereas in Australia if I bought the same thing it'd be about like 25 Hong Kong dollars. So yeah, it's about double the price. So I pretty much have not eaten beef at all, but I've been eating lots of pork, which is pretty unusual because I usually don't eat pork at all at home. On the chicken front, like chicken's probably pretty expensive as well, so we always get the frozen chicken. I hate frozen meat, but what are you gonna do? As a general thing, I've just been eating less meat. Liter of milk here, fresh, would be like, I don't know, 25 Hong Kong dollars, 5 Australian dollars, whereas in Australia, like, you get a liter of milk for 5 Hong Kong dollars, like 1 Australian dollar. That's crazy. It's like 5 times the price. So I have not had any milk. I have not eaten any butter. I think I baked a cake for myself for my birthday and it cost me about like 200 Hong Kong dollars, which is crazy. I can do the same thing in Australia for about 50. Continuing with the food theme, I miss eating like fresh food, like really fresh salads, like, you know, like pine nuts, tomatoes, and like just like the whole thing together tries to be like really like super fresh, and like every single meal coming with like a salad or like the burgers and like crap load of like lettuce. Here in Hong Kong everything has had literally the shit cooked out of it. So in the canteen you'll have like soggy as heck green vegetables, and I love like stir-fried vegetables, don't get me wrong, but they need to be like, you know, stir-fried for like not very long and not much oil, whereas here it's kind of like swimming around in oil and I cannot deal with that. I miss beaches in Australia. There's beaches in Hong Kong, so if you come from Europe you're like, oh my god, there's so many beaches I can go every single day, it's the best thing ever. But like beaches in Australia, everyone knows is like the best thing ever. There's like white sand, you can surf, you can swim, it's like not too hot. So I remember the first day that we were kind of here in Hong Kong, it was super hot, so we were like, let's go down the beach, and it was a nice beach, but the temperature of the water was like 30 degrees like Celsius, and you just like got in the water and you were hot, and you got out of the water and you were still hot, and you were like, god damn, this is doing nothing for me. That also kind of ties into like cheaper sunscreen. Like here in Hong Kong, sunscreen is expensive. Don't they want the people to not get skin cancer? I don't understand. I think like Australia, you can go to like Coles or Woolies and get sunscreen for like 3 Australian dollars, whereas same thing, like I haven't even seen home brand here. That's what I'm talking about. I have not seen a single home brand product in Hong Kong. So sunscreen is like, must be 7 or 8 times the price. So when parents came over, I was like, Mom, Dad, you need to bring me sunscreen. Like, I need that ASAP. I am burning. That being said, we've traveled to Thailand and Malaysia recently, and I just stocked up there and brought it all back. But I had to buy like little bottles because we need to carry on. Look, I thought I would never say that I wish I was living in Sydney, paying rent in Sydney, but the only place in the entire world that is more expensive than Sydney, and I kid you not, Sydney is number 2, is Hong Kong, coming in at number 1. For our apartment, we paid like 16,000 Hong Kong dollars or something crazy like that. For perspective, in Australia it's about like 3,000 Australian dollars a month for a studio. Like, that is my entire apartment. My kitchen is like tiny, and I pay 3,000 Australian dollars a month. I could pay the same amount in Australia and get myself a 4-bedroom house, probably in the middle of the city. But that's a choice that you make when you live in Hong Kong. Like I was saying, because the rent in Hong Kong is so expensive, the gyms in Hong Kong are extremely expensive. I was looking at paying 300 Australian dollars per month for the gym. 300 Australian dollars per month for the gym. That's like 75 Australian dollars per week, which if you break that down even further, it's like $10 a day. I might not even go to the gym every single day and have to pay $10 for every single day. I think that's crazy. Like, in Australia we pay 80 Australian dollars a month, and that's at the top end of town. Like, I'm paying $20 a week, and people are always like, wow, that's really expensive compared to mine, which is 10 Australian dollars a week. Imagine timing that by like a factor of 4, and suddenly you have an extremely expensive endeavor. So I think, like, to go to the gym for the 4 months, had I gone through with it, it would have cost me like 1,500 Australian dollars. Instead, I went to the pool at the university and yeah, just did laps pretty much every single day, try to work up that fitness. There was also a gym at the university, but the issue with the gym is that you have to do a training course, which I ended up doing. It took 2 hours of my life. I knew everything already. Even if you've done, like, gone to the gym before, you know how to use everything, you still have to do this stupid training course. So I did that. You have to book the gym in advance, but like most of the time the thing's completely booked out. The only times they had is like 7 AM or 9 PM, and like that's not gonna work because I don't live on campus. So like, what, I'm just gonna wait around for like 8 hours to go to the gym? No, it's like impractical, and then I have to come home, it's late, it's far away. So yeah, it was really a struggle to go to the gym, but I'm looking forward to going home. And I think the funniest thing is that I actually miss university in Australia. I thought I would never want to go back home, but PolyU has taught me to hate university in Hong Kong. And it's not because it's poorly taught, because I actually had one of the best tutors I've ever had in my whole life this semester. Like, he was the best. I had him for 2 subjects. He taught me so much. I really learned like so much for him, but I really found that the examinations here were ridiculous. Like, for one of my tests, I had to remember how to draw 4 pictures. And like, I got 45% of my grade for the entire semester from drawing 4 pictures. That's crazy. It didn't teach me whether I'd learned anything. It didn't teach me whether I understood anything. It didn't see if I could apply the skills I'd learned to the exam. It just meant, could I remember a diagram and spew it up? And like, to make things worse, the notification that told me like what you would be doing and what you needed to know before this exam said that there would be 4 short essay questions. And you know, for me, I think essay question, that means, you know, writing, at least writing this much, you know, like not even that much. I miss wearing whatever I want without judgment. So like, back home, I can walk around like this with my midriff out, my shoulders uncovered. I got a corduroy skirt that goes down to my feet and boots. And like, in Australia, that'd be completely like acceptable. Walking around thongs every single day, that's completely acceptable. Walking around with a short skirt on every day, completely acceptable. Walking around with a hoodie, track pants, and Uggs, that's completely acceptable. I feel like in Hong Kong, everything is a fashion competition, and it's like really stressful. You have to like look good because there's so many designer shops around and people dress up so fancy. They got their stilettos, they go into the beach with their stilettos. I miss like when it doesn't rain in Australia, because it's really been annoying to like be out and about and then all of a sudden it starts bucketing down on you, you don't have an umbrella, and you're like, damn it, I knew it was gonna happen, but I chose to leave anyway without the umbrella. Final thing I really miss is my friends and my family. So yeah, I am really excited to see everyone. Of course I had Harry here, I had Lila, I had Alex, I met Jonas, but I really do miss the people that are in my life back home. I guess I'll be seeing them soon. That's all from me. I hope you guys like this video. If there's anything else you think, like, compared to Hong Kong to Australia that you know, you miss, leave it in the description box below. Or if there's anything else you want to know about Hong Kong or Australia, yeah, leave a comment below and I can tell you about it. And I will catch you in the next video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to keep up with me, and smash that like, and I'll catch you around.